Aloha, and welcome to VOSR International, the Voice of Shortwave Radio. I'm your host, Wavecrest Guy. This broadcast is being transmitted by WRMI, Radio Miami International, in Okeechobee, Florida, on both 9455 and 15770 kilohertz. We are going to start out the show, as we usually do, with some announcements. First off, I wanted to make the announcement for the winner of the VOSR International mug, and that is the one with our VOSR International logo, and then on one side, and then our mascot Mac on the other side, sitting there with his VOSR T-shirt on. And I made the drawing on the 22nd of September, and the winner, without further ado, is regular listener Paul Stringer from St. Catharines, Canada. So, Paul, I will be sending that out to you, and when you get it, that'd be great if you'd send us a picture, and we can get that put on our VOSRinternational.com website, and it'll be great to have you on there with your new mug. So, congratulations, Paul Stringer from St. Catharines, Canada. So I just want to talk about our website a little bit again, and that's at VOSRinternational.com. You can head over there for all announcements about the show. I usually add pages, updates for segments from the show, and there's also some pictures on there. We have our pictures of our listeners' radios that are on one page. I have another page that we also have the listeners' map. That you can go over and check out all the screenshots from the pins that I have for the locations of our listeners. And also there is some merch on there, like we just gave away the VOSR International mug. There is some other items on there that you can go check out. You can also contact us there by clicking the mail icon, and then you can leave a message, send us a reception report, comments about the show. And you can also ask or get some information about being a guest host. And it'll go into my next comment here. We are always looking for guest hosts. So you can record a segment, send it over to me, and I will get it on the show. It's very easy to do. All you need is a recorder that will record in MP3 format. You can choose a topic about shortwave. You can actually just talk about yourself and how you got into shortwave. Those segments, we get really good comments about those segments all the time. So those are usually the best segments to start out with if you want to try to be a regular host and have a segment. Also, while we're doing this, I want to thank Mohawk Valley SWL for the special edition of VOSR International. It was a great show. He tried some new things, added a little bit of music between segments, and really was an interesting show. I want to thank Mohawk Valley SWL for continuing to do that. And it sounds like he's going to continue to do a show, and we'll make sure we get that on there. So you'll probably be getting at least 3 new programs out of the 4 weeks during the month. So that works out great. And if we get some more guests, we can actually probably even go to a weekly if we get enough people, generating some content and getting it to me so I can get it put on the show. So definitely make sure you think about being a guest. And if you have any questions, just send us an email at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. Put down guest segment in the topic line, subject line, and I'll get back to you with the information that you need. You'll be able to do it at your leisure. Very easy to do, not hard, and you'd be surprised at how fast you can fill up time once you start talking about a certain subject. I also want to mention our past broadcast. We have the original files of those past broadcasts of VOSR International on our website. And you can go over there, and there's a page for past broadcasts, and there's links there to all of them. You can also go over to my YouTube channel, Wavecrest Guy. I have a playlist over there for all of the broadcasts going back to the premiere broadcast on February 28th of 2025. So it's starting to be a pretty big list. I believe we have 13 of them on there now. And you can go back and you can start from the beginning and then go ahead and get all caught up. And if you ever miss a broadcast with bad propagation, or and maybe you were busy when one of the broadcasts came on and it didn't have a rebroadcast, or something happened on the rebroadcast that you couldn't make it, you can always go back over there on our website at VOSRinternational.com, or go over to my YouTube channel at Wavecrest Sky, and you can go ahead and check out all the past broadcasts. I also want to mention our Reddit page, Grundig Shortwave Radio. You can go ahead and check us out over there and join the group if you'd like. You don't have to have a Grundig radio for it. It's one of those where I started that group, and then when I went around, and it always meant to be a group for all brands of radios. But just starting the group, you had to put something in there, and then you can't change it after a while. And we've got quite a few members now, so I don't want to start over again. But so go ahead and check us out at Grundig Shortwave Radio on Reddit, and you can post on there. You can put down your videos or comments or questions, and it's a great way for people to get together and go ahead and ask questions, especially if you're new to the hobby or you've been in the hobby a long time and have a lot of good experience that you want to help people out with. And next I want to announce we are going to be sending out our new postcard QSL cards. When I got these made, I had two designs made up, and the first one was a Hawaiian scene of a beach here on Molokai, and the next one is actually a picture of me at the mic, and with the Aloha from VOSR International on it. So these are going to be sent out to the first 25 people who send an email requesting the postcard, a QSL card, and just send us an email at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. In the subject line, put down postcard QSL, and put your mailing address in there, and I will get these sent out. After the first round, the first ones that we had sent out, the delivery times definitely varied, but none of them, I believe, were received in under a week. So it does take quite a while for them to be sent out from Molokai, Hawaii here. And depending on your location, we've had some that took it 3 weeks and some close to a month to get. So go ahead and get those in. The first 25 emails will get that postcard, QSL card, in the mail to them. And one last thing I'd like to try to get from our listeners here, if you can send us in aloha, send us a message. Record yourself saying aloha to VOSR International, and list your location. You can put your name in there and any other short comments that you want to make. And when I get these, I'm going to put them together as a collage, and I'll run them when we get enough to make a segment. So send those in. Send your aloha into VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. Get those sent in. It'll only take a second to do. You can always delete it and re-record it, and then just email the MP3 file to me, and I will be able to put them together, and we will make a nice little segment here on the show of introducing all our listeners to each other. And now, on with the show. And now we're going to move on to a radio segment. And this one is one that I wanted to do for quite a while now. It is going to be on the Grundig Satellite 800 Millennium. I have one of these radios, and it is my favorite radio, the one that I go to all the time, and I really enjoy using this radio. I'm probably going to do this in a couple parts. I'll talk a little bit about my reasoning for trying to pick up one, and also a little bit of the history of the design and everything that went into this radio, because it does have a pretty interesting history. So first off, for me, I had my C Crane SSB2, the Skywave, as my portable. And then I learned, I had said this before, I had learned that as a regular home radio, I wanted something a little bit bigger, something easier to operate while I'm sitting at home or sitting at my radio desk. So then I ended up picking up the Radio Shack DX394, and that is, again, the size of a scanner. And it's a really nice radio. I really like the radio. I always liked those and kind of wanted one back when they came out in the 90s. As I was using it, the more I was using it, I still had some issues with the controls on it. It's got the 4 knobs on it on the left side, and they're kind of close together. They're a little awkward to use. The dial is really nice. The tuning dial is okay, but then the regular other buttons have so many multi-functions, and they're so close together. It didn't make it very easy to use. And even the top buttons, when you're doing the time and your memory sets, it's a little bit difficult to be able to use comfortably. Anyways, still like the radio. It's a nice radio, but I wanted something a little bit bigger and be a little more comfortable in using. So, I'm really nostalgic, and I really like a lot of the older big radios. One of these years, I'm going to pick up a Zenith Transoceanic. I really love those radios. But then again, getting them here to Hawaii, they're with the tubes and everything, they're somewhat delicate, and I'm not one to be able to get in there and fix anything like that if there's any major problems. And then, getting anything here on Molokai is always a problem. So, but one of these times I am going to go ahead and get one of those. I may get one of the transistor Zenith Transoceanics also, like the 3000. So one of these times that's going to happen. But I started looking at these Grundigs. Now, I was looking at the Grundig 750, and then I came across the 800. And the more I looked into it, and yes, first off, it is big. It's a big radio. I'm going to have, I actually already do have a picture of this on the VOSRinternational.com website, right at the very top. As there's about 3 or 4 pictures there that scroll by at the top of the screen, and my Grundig is on there. So it is a really big radio. Does it have to be that big? Probably not. But honestly, I feel that is one of the biggest positive features of this radio, and it just makes it so comfortable to use. I just have a small radio desk here in my condo, and it's just a pleasure to use this radio. Everything is right there. There are only a couple multi-function buttons on this. So you're not having to, hit the button 3 times to get to the function you need and then type in it with the other buttons. It's really straightforward and intuitive to use. Looking at it right now, the only multi-function buttons on here are the bandwidth. You hit the same button to go change from 2.3 to 4.0 to 6.0. And then those show up on the screen when you hit them. And then the other multifunction button is the SSB, the single sideband. You hit it once for upper sideband and another time for lower sideband. And again, that shows up on the screen. And then the band, what band you're on. So you change the same button. You can change from air, FM, shortwave to AM. And again, that shows up on the screen. All the rest of the buttons are just single-use buttons. And which makes it much easier to use. And the buttons are in a place that is, I'm a big guy. I have fat fingers, and getting in there to hit some of these small buttons makes it a little bit difficult. So with this one, they're spaced well. It's easy to be able to use. And again, easy to read. I'm getting up there too. I'll be 62 here in June. And, just seeing what's written on some of these other radios, it can be a chore. But with this one, it's written right on there what the button is. You can see it plain enough. It's easy, and it really is a joy to operate. I can't really say any more about how much of a joy this is to operate and just sit here and turn the dial. It literally went from listening to an hour or so a night on the radio, unless, of course, I was listening to a program that I always try to frequent. Just turning the radio and trying to find new stations, new broadcasts, just in general DXing. I can do it for hours at this radio. I've sat 6 hours, turning the dial here and listening to far off broadcasts, and it really is a joy. It really has helped me expand my log because I'm able to find so many more really faint stations, and and being able to log those. And again, it's a good operating radio too. It picks up stations very well. The speaker on it is excellent. I listen in headphones most of the time because a lot of times I'm listening at night and I'm in a small condo, so I try to keep the noise down. And also, when I'm DXing, I'm trying to hear the faint broadcast out there, so the headphones really help that. But when you're playing music or just in general listening to a talk show or something, the speaker on this is excellent, far and away better than the small tinny speaker of the Crane, which is pretty good for as small of a radio that is. And then the speaker in the Radio Shack. And again, I can upgrade the Radio Shack one, and I even hear there's actually an upgrade for the Grundig one also. So I can do that too, but it's not needed. This has got a really good speaker in it, and it's by far the best that I've heard.
So that is going to be the end of part 1 of the Grundig Satellite 800 Millennium Series. And the next broadcast, I will have a second part where I'll talk about getting into the features of the radio and then maybe even some history. So let me know what you think. Do you have a Grundig Satellite 800 Millennium? Is it a radio you're looking to get? It is kind of difficult to get sometimes. But let me know. Send us an email at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com, or head over to our website at VOSRinternational.com. There's a mail icon there you can click and leave us a message that way. And now on to an equipment segment. This one is about one of the companies that have been with shortwave radio in the hobby for literally decades, getting close to 100 years. As a matter of fact, the next issue, the 2026 issue of WRTH, will be their 80th anniversary. And I actually did a segment about this, had it all recorded, but before I got to using it, there was just a current announcement that was made by WRTH. So I wanted to redo the episode, redo the segment, and make sure that this message or this information got out. So in case you're not familiar with it, WRTH is the World Radio and Television Handbook. And it is just there's so much information in there about radio broadcast, television broadcast, the broadcasters, their locations, their strength, their wattage, and what shows they're putting on, and all that's listed in there. So most people nowadays, they're on the internet, so they'll go and use shortwave info to verify broadcasts, that type of thing, which I definitely do myself. But when I first got into the hobby, I found this WRTH handbook, and I ended up getting one. And they are kind of like collector's items because, not only does they have that information in it, but every year it talks about the equipment that's available and the things that are out there that you can use. And, of course, that has changed so much over the years and over the decades. It's really interesting to grab an old version. You can find old copies of this on eBay or even on WRTH sells some older copies. You can look on Amazon, too. But you'll find older copies, and you can usually pick them up really reasonable. And they'll have some, stories about certain radios when they first came out. And it's really, and equipment too. They'll have equipment in there. And it's really interesting to check these out, get that first-hand knowledge of when it came out. And it's kind of interesting now knowing the history of what happened with that item. It's really a fun thing to look at. And it's really inexpensive to grab one of those older handbooks. So I really encourage everyone to do that. So I've had mine. I've got 3 or 4 different versions, annual versions of this manual, but I do use it quite a bit. A lot of times, shortwave info isn't updated, doesn't have all the correct information on it, and I'm always able to go back to the handbook and grab that. And find what I'm looking for in there. There's been a few times where I forgot to go ahead and check. I just assumed something, and then here was wrong information. When I went back to the handbook, I got the correct information. Very good. And they do have electric versions, so they do have internet versions, downloadable versions that get updated and of this handbook. So it's really a great resource. And again, it is kind of expensive. It's in the $50 range. I think with shipping it was about $52. But it is one of those where I feel, supporting the people that support the hobby, or else you're not going to have it very long. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to update this segment, because they sent out a very important message to the WRTH community. And I'm just going to go ahead and read this, and I'm getting this off of their Facebook page. And it says, as we approach the publication of the 80th edition of World Radio TV Handbook, WRTH 2026, we find ourselves at both a moment of celebration and of change. For 8 decades, WRTH has been a constant companion to radio listeners, broadcasters, and enthusiasts worldwide. We know that many of you treasure the annual arrival of the printed book, and it is with great care and reflection that we want to share the following news. This is going to be the final printed edition. WRTH 2026 will be the last edition to appear in print. After the milestone 80th edition, WRTH will move entirely to a digital format. Our regularly updated web app and twice-yearly ebook, winter and summer schedules. This is not a decision we have taken lightly, and the printed WRTH has been a part of the identity of our community. And we understand what this means to see it come to a close. Why this change is necessary? Over the years, the cost of producing WRTH in print has risen sharply. Printing, paper, tariffs, shipping, logistics, all have become increasingly expensive and difficult to manage. Despite our efforts to absorb these pressures, continuing to publish in print on a yearly basis is no longer sustainable. In order for the WRTH to survive as a publication and continue serving the global broadcasting community, we must adapt. Pre-order only, collector's edition. The WRTH 2026 printed book will be available exclusively through pre-order with delivery scheduled for December of 2025. There will be no launch stock or reprints. Once pre-orders close, the book will not be available again. This makes the WRTH 2026 a true collector's edition, our final tribute in print to 80 years of the world's most comprehensive and up-to-date guide to broadcasting. Pre-orders will open on Wednesday, September 24th, and close on Friday, October 31st, 2025. Please watch our communications channels for the official announcement and subscribe to the newsletter to always stay updated. And that is at wrth.info/newsletter/. Looking ahead with digital, moving forward, WRTH will be available in 2 formats. The WRTH web app, updated throughout the year with the most current data, and the WRTH ebook, released twice a year to cover the winter and summer schedules. We believe this transition will allow WRTH to remain relevant, accessible, and sustainable while providing you with more up-to-date information than the print ever allowed. And now for pricing. To reflect the reality of production and to keep WRTH alive in its new form, prices for 2026 will be as followed. WRTH 2026 printed book is €59.90, excluding shipping. WRTH 2026 web app is €27.90, and WRTH 2026 ebook, the winter and summer editions, are 47.90 euros. And then shipping costs will remain similar to last year, varying by region. Lastly, a word of thanks. We know these changes may be difficult to accept, especially for those who have collected the print book for many years. Please know that this was not an easy decision for us to make. It comes with deep responsibility to ensure that WRTH not only celebrates its remarkable past, but also secures its future. We are grateful beyond words for your loyalty and support, and for the place you have given WRTH in our lives. As we turn this page together, we hope you will join us in celebrating the WRTH 2026, the final printed volume, and a lasting collector's item, and in embracing the new digital editions that will carry WRTH in the years forward. With gratitude, the WRTH team. So that is really good information, because now is the time to go ahead and go in and do a pre-order if you want to get that collectible WRTH 2026 handbook. I know I did, and it is to me it's going to be a special edition because VOSR International is going to be in it. So we will be listed in there. So we did make the last print edition, which is definitely kind of nice here for us here at VOSR International. So go ahead, check it out. Check out WRTH handbook, and let us know what you think. Have you bought the WRTH handbook before? Do you still buy it? Do you have a lot of old editions? Let us know. Send us an email at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. Or you can head over to our website at VOSRinternational.com. Click on the mail icon and you can contact us that way. But let us know if you've had this or what you think of this segment. And we hope that you go ahead and support WRTH and the handbook. So we're going to move on to our mailbag segment. First off, I want to mention back on September 6th, WRMI was having some internet connection issues, and that broadcast did not go out on 9455 kilohertz, so it didn't actually get out until the next week on the 13th. And then for the 13th broadcast on 15770 kilohertz, that one, the propagation was a really bad day, and I only got reports pretty much from people on the East Coast, maybe even the Midwest, picking up that broadcast on 15770 kilohertz. So definitely some issues. That's why it's really important, and I'm glad everybody sends in reception reports. And it's great because I have a good core of people that are sending them in all the time with each broadcast, and they're located in different places, either across the United States or around the world, and I'll be able to check out and keep an eye on how these broadcasts are going out. The first one is from Adrian in Malta, and he was one picking it up on 15770 kilohertz over there, and unfortunately it was SINPO of 33333 from Malta, no reception, so he wasn't able to pick up that broadcast that day. So again, that just kind of goes to show some of the issues that were being had with the broadcast going out at that time. Then we have Master Player 30. Was able to pick up our broadcast on 9455 kilohertz, and it was going between plus 10 and plus 20 on an SDR Play RSP1A with an MLA 30 out of Morgan City, Louisiana. So that one did come in very well over there. And then Justin from Central Wisconsin picked us up on 9455 kilohertz, and he reported a good signal with an SINPO of 55434. And actually, during that broadcast, I was getting it nice out to Hawaii here on 9455 kilohertz. I had a nice strong S7 to S8, and here that's a really good signal. Not a lot of noise. It was coming in really well. Then we heard from Guerrero, and he was getting a nice S7 signal into Indiana on 15770 kilohertz with a bit of fading. Next, we have valued shortwave listener, and he was listening on 9455 on September 13th from Boise, Idaho, and he reports a stellar signal, S9 plus 20. And he sent me a photo of his radio, and I do have that on our listener radios page on our website at VOSRinternational.com. So go check it out. Really nice radio. He attached a photo of his JRC NRD 545. Really nice looking radio. And he caught the program right when I was talking about the MLA 30 and the KW180 WLA antenna. And he is one of the listeners who has one of those Wellbrook ALA 1530 antennas. And I would really like to give those a try over here in Hawaii. So they don't make those anymore, but I am always keeping my eye out to see if I can grab one of those and pick one of those up. Next, we have Jürgen from the outskirts of Berlin, and he was actually able to pick us up at 9455 kilohertz, which is really something. His receiver and antenna is a Sangen ATS 909X2 with a loop antenna that is an MLA 30 plus, and he's just on the outskirts of Berlin. And he reported a SINPO of 15131. So he was barely able to pick us up. He did send me a recording, and you were able to hear it there, but just barely. So it's something that 9455 kilohertz made it that far, and I'm glad you're going to send me that email. Hopefully he'll be able to get us on 15770 kilohertz, although the next week, or I believe the next day, that one was the bad propagation day, so he probably wasn't able to pick us up. I used Kiwi SDR that day, and I tried over in Germany, and I wasn't able to get anything. Next, we have Eric, and he was able to pick us up on 9455 kilohertz, really strong signal overall with a SINPO of 55544 with just one deep fade that lasted a couple minutes. So came in really well. He's been using his Radii RF 919 that continues to impress him, and he's also been using his Redicus V115. Next, we have Harry from Fort Walton Beach, and he's been having some trouble getting the program there, being so close to the transmitter site, but he was able to pick us up, and he got us on the 9455 kilohertz, and he had an SINPO reported of 43233. So it was nice that he was able to pick us up. And he uses his Texan PL880. He also has a Texan S220X and ATS25 Pro and MFJ 1045C, and then an MFJ 1046 RF preselectors, a Turk loop antenna, and a 200-foot center-fed Sloper V dipole antenna. He did send a picture in of his radios, and I already put that on our website at VOSRinternational.com. Go check it out. Got some nice radios in there. Next, we have Paul from St. Catharines, Ontario, and he was able to pick us up over on a SDR just 30 minutes from him, so very, very close. And he was picking us up on 9455 kilohertz, and he reports an SINPO of 54345. And then he sent, of course, a detailed reception report, which was very nice. It's always good to get these. These are one of the ones that's on my map, so I can see how everyone is picking up the broadcast on any certain day. Thanks again, Paul. Next, we have Alex from Greenwood, Nebraska, and he picked us in loud and clear. He said on this thing, he had a picture of his radio, and I will have that. I already have it on our website at VOSRinternational.com. Go to the listeners page. Is a nice little portable. Go check it out. It's not one that you see all the time. It says it's a QFX is what I can read on it. But go check it out. And he was able to pick us up in Nebraska on 94.55 kilohertz. Thanks for sending that in, Alex.
Next, we have a regular listener, Adrian from Malta, and after a couple episodes, our broadcasts were having some issues with propagation, and he finally had a good evening of listening, and he was able to pick us up with an SINPO of 54554. So good listening conditions over to Malta on 15770 kilohertz. Thank you, Adrian. Next, we have regular listener John from Coyote Hill Ranch in Concho, Arizona, and he is listening on 94.55 kilohertz, and he had an SINPO of all fives, 55555. He usually picks us up really well there, and he showed that he was listening on his Radio Shack DX394, nice old radio. Thanks, John. Next, we have Sun Pilo from Oklahoma. And he reports a strong S20 signal here in Oklahoma City on 94.55 kilohertz. Next, we have regular listener Bob from Morgan City, Louisiana, and he said we were coming in hot at plus 20 on an SDR Play RSP1A on an MLA 30. And he also wanted to enter our giveaway. Thank you, Bobby, for your email. Then we have regular listener Justin from South Central Wisconsin, and he was listening on 94.55 kilohertz on an RSP Duo with an MLA 30 plus antenna, and he reports an SINPO of 55444. And sometimes he gets different receptions there, of course, based on propagation, and he said it was a very good signal tonight, and he thanked us for the show. Thank you for the information, Justin. All right, that's going to wrap up the mailbag. Thank you, everyone, for your emails. Continue to send in emails for reception reports, comments about segments, and we'll get them read on the air. And just go ahead and get those sent in. Send them in to VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. You can also go over to our website at VOSRinternational.com. There's a mail link there. You can click to send us a message that way.
Now we're going to move on to a radio segment. Haven't had one of these for a little bit. And a few months ago, I got in a XH Data D328. It's a nice little compact radio, AM/FM shortwave. And I can't help but compare this to the Redicus V115. The price point is pretty much the same, within $1 or $2, depending on when you buy it and where you buy it. Right now on Amazon, this is going for $16.98 US, and it also has a coupon right now, so it is down to $15.28. So a pretty good deal. And it does have quite a few of the same features of that Redicus V115. It has the ability to record. It does have that TF slot, so you can put a TF card in there and record right from the radio, use it as a personal recorder. Now, again, I didn't have a card to slip in here to try that feature. It's not something that I'm really totally interested in, but I know there's a lot of people that would really like that feature because it will come in handy. Most of my listening is done at the desk here, but I also do have my C Crane that I do take when I'm on trips and use that mobily when I'm outside. So that one does not have that record feature and is quite a bit more expensive. So let's just go into first impressions in opening it up. XH Data does a pretty good job with their packaging. It does have a nice box compared to some of the lower end radios that you buy. Will just come in a plain brown cardboard box. This one does have some graphics on it. It's got the XH Data. It's got a picture of the radio. It does tell of its features. that it is a DSP, digital signal processing, MP3 player, FM, AM, shortwave 12 band, and it does have a headphone jack, and it's got USB, and it does come with the 3.7 lithium-ion battery. That is the BL-C5. So, again, all ready to go as soon as you get it. A lot of people do like having the running on just regular AAA batteries or AA batteries, and that does have its advantages also. But nowadays, with a lot of chargers around, battery-operated chargers that you can get, or using your phone as a charger, it's easy to be able to charge these batteries up, or these radios from those chargers. So even in an emergency situation, the rechargeable batteries do work out pretty well. And of course, if you've got a small solar charger, you can recharge that way. So I think a very good feature, although some people are going to prefer having the disposable batteries. And then after opening up with the packaging, it does come with a small USB cable for the charging, and then of course the battery. It does have a lanyard that hooks up to the radio, so you can put it around your wrist for carrying. This is about as big as a deck of cards. It might be slightly thicker. And at first looks, I have to say, because it has really, really shiny plastic, it does come off as cheap looking. As you hold it, though, you can tell that the quality is pretty good. I don't know how it will take a drop on a really hard surface. On a surface like a hardwood floor, or manufactured hardwood floor, it might be able to survive that. But anything else, it's probably going to be pretty tough. And of course, that holds true for most radios. But some of them, the plastic isn't as brittle, and it does hold up a little bit better to a drop. On the back, it does have the little flip up that you can use to tilt the radio back. So if you're sitting at a table, you can have that at the correct angle so you can see everything and use all the controls. And this one's actually pretty sturdy. It's got a nice solid hinge to it, and I haven't had any issues with that. So usually on these type of radios, that's one of the first things to break. You either forget about it, or you drop it, or you hit it against something. So it's just something to keep in mind. Now the antenna, I'm going to compare this one a little bit to the Redicus V115. The antenna on this one is pretty nice, and it does have a click-in-place holder behind the controls up on the top. The only thing I did not like about it is that the mount is set down a little bit towards the back of the radio, and when you adjust it to try to have it come forward, say you have it tilted back using that little stand feature, it does not come anywhere close to being straight up because it hits the back of the radio. The Redicus had that also, but it was not near as bad as this one. So if you have this set back, it's more of a 45-degree angle going out instead of 90 degrees being up. My C crane doesn't have that issue. It can be straight up. As a matter of fact, I think it even tilts a little bit more even towards me if I need to. So you are getting a little bit limited there with that telescopic antenna in that position. And again, that's not always going to matter. It's portable. You can move it. But it is just something I wanted to bring up. Also, this one, the controls, compared to the Redicus, which has a digital display, this is all analog. So this is the display on it breaks up the shortwave from 1 through 9, and the dial reflects that. So you have a pretty large dial that goes from SW1 through SW9 with the numbers going across for each way they have it split up there. And then on the bottom there is a lever so you can switch between AM, FM, and the 9 shortwave bands. So there's a slide there that you move over to which one you want, and then you would look at the dial. Say you want shortwave 5, that's pretty much right in the middle of the dial. So then you would be able to adjust and watch that way to see what station you might be on. This one does have a tuning knob. It does not have the digital up and down buttons like the Reticus. Myself, I do prefer having the tuning knob. I had mentioned that on the Reticus that I thought that was something that to me I'm just more used to having the knob than just going up and down with those buttons. I don't know how the buttons will last after time too, and of course these tuning knobs can wear out. This one is nice and stiff, and it is very responsive. And then you get a little bit of a feel with the tuning knob too when you're trying to bring stations in. Just something I prefer. And the same thing with the volume. The volume has a wheel also, which I definitely like quite a bit better than having the buttons going up and down. So definitely a feature that I like. Now, one thing that's somewhat of a negative, one thing that this radio does not have is a external antenna jack. I definitely prefer those. You just get a better connection most of the time. But again, this fits right along the same as the Reticus V115, which did not have that feature also. So they kind of run neck and neck there. And the biggest difference here between the two are probably the difference in the type of plastic used, and one being a digital display with buttons instead of a turning wheel, and this one, the XH Data D328, is analog. So again, it's going to be a preference there for what you prefer. Not having that external antenna jack, of course, is going to limit you to going ahead and clipping and using an alligator clip to clip an antenna onto your telescopic antenna that's included. So not as big a deal. Everybody's been using those for decades, and they do work fine. Just a little bit more cumbersome. But keep that in mind. There's not a dedicated external antenna jack. Now, in testing this radio out for AM and FM, I find it, being here in Hawaii, it's a little bit difficult to do a comparison because of the way the radio stations are spaced here. I live on the small island of Molokai. There are no radio stations here. The closest we have is on Maui, which is about 20 miles away. And, so it does vary. But as far as drawing in, farther signals and things like that, being out here, I don't get them near as much as you would on the mainland or being somewhere where you're closer to a lot of radio stations. So, but all in all, on AM and FM, this XH Data D328 held its own and did as good as the Reticus V115. So it did pretty good. I did a video using the Texan AM antenna, and I have that on my YouTube channel, Wavecrest Guy. I will have a link over on our VOSR International.com website, so you can go over there and check that out also. And I have a playlist where I put together videos with this XH Data, and I have it on shortwave, a few different stations, and which stations that, I had some stations that were coming in very strong. Some were coming in strong with the telescopic antenna. Some were coming in fair with the telescopic antenna, and then I clipped on another antenna. So I kind of put it through its paces. So there's 6 videos in that playlist. Again, I'll have that link over on our website at VOSRinternational.com, or you can go over to my YouTube channel at Wavecrest Guy and check them out that way. So I'm going to play a clip now, and it is going to show the difference between the XH Data D328 and the Reticus V115. So on this clip, this is just the telescopic antenna, and I was using Radio New Zealand on 9700 kilohertz. And this is just with the telescopic antenna.
All right, so I am going to actually let me turn that off, and I will bring the reticus into the picture here, and we will turn that on. And again, this is just with the telescopic antenna.
So I don't know how well that clip is going to come across, depending on the propagation tonight. But on that, the Reticus V115 had better sound. The signal strength and the signal coming in were about the same, maybe a slight edge to the Reticus. But the XH Data D328, it was a little bit more susceptible to RFI also on some other stations. It didn't show up as much on this one. So that was one thing that I did notice. So hopefully that clip helps out a little bit, and you can hear the difference between the two. So let's close this out. What do I think of this XH Data D328? And I can't help but compare it to the Reticus V115. The main thing for me, I think it's going to be personal preference on your controls. I prefer the controls on this XH Data D328. Although it does have the analog display, so you can't tell exactly which frequency you're on all the time. If you listen to a lot of shortwave radio and you know where some of the stations are, and you can tell by the what's on, it's not that big of a deal. As far as a serious DXing machine, I wouldn't put any of those two in that category. I really think that these are good radios to get started, to get starting to find some programming that you like, and that type of thing, and do some experimenting and experiment with antennas. I think they're great for that, especially at this price point. You really can't go wrong. So all in all, I really do like the XH Data D328, and the tuning wheel is one of the major factors for me, along with the wheel for the volume. Again, if I had the other one where the Reticus V115, I'm sure I would get used to hitting the buttons all the time. The one thing that I do like about my C Crane is that it has both. My Skywave SSB2 has a tuning wheel, it has the buttons, it has a volume wheel, and I can switch the volume by the buttons also. So that's kind of the best of both worlds, but I definitely, on that C Crane Skywave, I am using the wheels much more. Again, just a personal preference. But as far as things come in, they both do a good job. They're both definitely serviceable. They're cheap enough to have in a bag, have in your car, throw them in a suitcase or a carry-on, so you can listen to the radio while you're away. So I definitely would recommend them. So go ahead and check out these out on on wherever you buy radios. But Amazon right now had them with a coupon at this time. And again, this is late August here. I don't know how long the coupon lasts for, but the total right now is $15.28 with that coupon. So I think a pretty good value. All right, let me know what you think. Do you have one of these XH Data D328s? Were you thinking about getting one? Send us an email at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. And let us know if you got one, or if you use one, or you know somebody that uses one. And we'll get those read on the air, and we'll get some more opinions out there. And don't forget to check our website. I will have the links to those videos so you can check them out. And we are at VOSRInternational.com. Go over there. I will have an updated page with the links to my YouTube channel, Wavecrest Guy. And there's a playlist there with videos on this XH Data D328. And be listening, because next month, I believe I am going to have another radio giveaway, and I will be giving away this XH Data D328, and so you can go over there and check out the videos. You will get the actual radio in the videos, and again, it's a really nice radio to have around. I'm sure everyone would enjoy it.
And now, our next installment of On This Day in Shortwave Radio History. October 1st, 1919, amateur radio operators in the United States were once again permitted to transmit. During World War I, the U.S. government had banned amateur radio for national security reasons and even ordered operators to dismantle their equipment. The end of the ban spurred a resurgence in amateur radio experimentation, which demonstrated the greater distance that could be achieved using higher frequencies of the shortwave band. October 1st, 1919, the U.S. National Bureau of Standards, now the National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, was assigned the experimental radio transmitter call sign of WWV. Though not a shortwave station initially, WWV evolved to become a critical service for shortwave listeners. It began broadcasting time and frequency standards on shortwave frequencies in the 1940s, a service it continues to provide from Fort Collins, Colorado. The station celebrated its 100th anniversary on October 1st, 2019. October 2nd, 1990, Radio Berlin International, RBI, officially ended its shortwave broadcast. The closure came just one day before Germany was formally reunified. The station was officially overseas broadcaster of the German Democratic Republic, East Germany. October 4th, 1957, the shortwave radio world changed forever with the launch of the Soviet satellite Sputnik 1. The satellite broadcast a continuous beep, beep, beep signal on two shortwave frequencies that amateur radio operators around the globe could pick up, ushering in the space age and intensifying the Cold War. October 1928, the long-running international radio program Happy Station Show originated on shortwave in 1928. The popular program was a mainstay of the airways for decades, first on Dutch shortwave station PCJJ and later on Radio Netherlands worldwide. And that concludes our segment. If you have any comments or questions about any of these historical events, please send us an email at vosrint@yahoo.com. That's vosrint@yahoo.com. Or check out our website at VOSRinternational.com and leave a message clicking the mail icon.
And that concludes our broadcast. Be sure to catch our broadcasts every Saturday at 0300 UTC on 9455 kHz, and also on Saturdays at 2300 UTC on 15770 kHz. Transmitted by WRMI, Radio Miami International, from Okeechobee, Florida. Until next time, ahui ho, everyone.